Battle rap is a street fight. You got someone right in your face trying to tear you apart.
Champion, we are here with the director and actors of Bodied, which comes out November 2nd. Joseph Kahn, Callum Worthy, Jackie Long. I gotta ask you these questions first off. You're a big deal in the music industry, you know what I mean? The movies that you've done, talking about Dr. Dre, Janet Jackson, Taylor Swift. Why did you choose battle rap? A culture where like no one is shunned on, like people don't really pay attention to it that much.
Because it is the biggest thing in culture now.
Okay.
It is the biggest thing. It's the biggest mover and shaker. Like we had our hip hop president, you know, before Trump. You know? Like hip hop got that guy elected, right?
Yeah.
And now it's the biggest thing in all the record business, and it's worldwide.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna make a movie about the world today, which I want to do, I want to discuss the world. You gotta discuss hip hop.
How closely did you work with Eminem?
Very closely. Yeah.
And then I believe Kid Swiss, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
How close are you with him too?
Yeah, I mean, I reached out.
Okay.
I reached out to Twist. I said I want to make a movie. It was going to be about hip hop in the beginning, but ultimately, as the world started doing its thing with the offense culture and how everybody started getting mad about saying anything, and you couldn't say things, and you just didn't know where the line was. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, battle rap was there, and people were saying the most outrageous things possible. I mean,
yeah, I know.
And it won't change. It just stays that way.
Yeah.
And I thought the interesting thing was in battle rap. They're saying things that, like, if you said one line at work, you'd be fired. Yeah. And for any particular reason. But, like, literally, you could see a white guy and a black guy just go after each other for 45 minutes and say the most racist shit possible. And then they'd go get a beer together. And I was like, that is not the way society works. I need to figure out what's going on here.
Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Ben.
What's up?
A lot of emotional parts in the movie. But let's start with you.
Do you really want to be another white guy shamelessly appropriating African-American culture?
Respect. What is that? Front, back, front, salute.
Got it.
How did you make the transition from Disney to this? I feel like that's a big jump. We're talking about the mean streets. Mm-hmm. You're literally in there with the guys, Disaster, How to Don. It's crazy. How did that go?
It's because of this guy. He hired me. He asked if I would be a part of this amazing project. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to be a part of this project because the character was so complex. Mm-hmm. Like, he really is an anti-hero. It's almost Shakespearean in terms of his relationship with his storyline and with his relationship with the other rappers in the movie. He's defending them for so much of it, but then ends up stabbing someone in the back. And he is a culture vulture. And I mean, one of the questions that we were asking is, should a white guy rap? I can't speak on behalf of all white rappers, but for Adam specifically, he certainly is a culture vulture for sure.
How did you get into character?
I mean, that's the less complicated accurate answer is that I worked really closely with a lot of the battle rappers that you see in this movie. Kid Twist, Disaster, Hollow, Loaded, Dumbfounded, Roan. These guys were really influential in shaping the way that I rap. And through hanging out with them and through working with them for hours and hours on end, for days at a time, 2 months actually leading up to it, I started to understand what battle rap really was and what it really means. That helped me get into character. Okay. The other parts of it is like a whole actor thing where you get into the zone and you kind of stay in it. But I will say with this project, you were able to stay in character for long periods of time because the scenes were so long. And the material, it was like working with Shakespeare. Because every single word that's in this script is there to push the characters forward and to move the story forward. So the rehearsal time was incredible because we were able to just like sink into the character and live in that for the whole 22 days that we filmed this.
Okay. You can actually spit. I mean, I'm watching some of the stuff and it's like, okay, an actor can say that, but the cadence, you picked up the cadence within your last...
There's a lot of CGI.
Oh, sorry. I knew it wasn't you. What about you, Ben Grimm? How did you get into character?
Battle rap is not boxing. It's a street fight.
Ben Grimm, you gotta do a shot with me.
Respect. It's so ironic, as much as you lift a fork, now they got a fork lift you.
Was it easy transition for you?
It was.
Okay.
You know, I'm always kind of consider always playing a nice guy, but this role was kind of, I had to play like the hardcore dude that he really wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, like this tough guy, he's this tough battle rapper, he's the shit.
Yeah.
He's all of the above, but then this guy comes along and, you know, exposes him. You know, so to get in character really wasn't a lot to get into that, you know, the emotions and stuff. The most part that was like probably the hardest was the battle rap stuff, you know, because I'm not a battle rapper.
Yeah.
And it was
You did pretty good, I'll tell you that. You know, you did
man.
pretty good.
Like if it wasn't, thank God for YouTube to see how they move around, and thank God for the battle rappers that we had in the movie to, you know, to show us how it's really done. And then they vouched for us, like when we was rehearsing or doing something, when we had to go over lines, they all helped us. So, you know, it made it, as an actor, you gotta be able to adapt to stuff fast and get it done, and that's what we did.
I think I'm pretty short on time. What's the difference between 8 Mile and this?
This a comedy.
It's a comedy.
And this is a really funny movie.
Yeah.
The 8 Mile was music. It was, you know, it was. Oh, you know what the story was. You know, this is a total different thing over here, man.
And I also think thematically, two different movies too. 8 Mile, at the time it was released, the question was, you know, can a white boy rap? 16 years later, with cultural appropriation and Me Too and Black Lives Matter and the way the world is just fractured, the question is, should a white boy rap?
How was the casting for Megaton?
Hip hop has been for minorities. It's never been for you geeky asses.
Is that guy stable?
Me and you got a problem as men. We battle as men. Yeah.
Disaster. Like, did you just did you see? You're closely with the scene.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you just knew disaster was gonna be Megaton.
Man, we just wrote for him, and I was like, oh man, now I gotta actually work with this dude. I hope I survive.
Yeah. How is it? After seeing everything I saw, can you guys actually rap now? I mean, Michael B. Jordan with Creed, he goes and he had to go to a lot of training and stuff like that, and he feels like he can be content in the actual ring. Do you think if I said, "Hey, Adam, what's up? Smack Battle League or something like that. I want you on a card next week. Could you, or 2 months? Could you actually do it?" You
No.
think so?
I would say yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing that I can't do if I study hard and rehearse. You know, and I prepare for it. Of course, I can do it.
I think Ben Grimm can do
Yeah, I
that. You know what
definitely
I mean?
can do it.
The thing about I have so much respect for the battlers out there, and what was really interesting in this process is seeing how the two art forms, acting and battle rap, are actually very similar. We say words for a living, and when we were breaking down the raps, it was very similar to breaking down a monologue, because the way that you say a line can change the way that the audience reacts to the line. Just one little word and one little phrase can change everything. I don't think I have tough enough skin, man. you have to really be okay with having your whole life ripped apart, and I don't know if I have that in me. These guys are truly incredible, and I really admire what they do, because it's like acting in the hardest arena possible, because everyone's rooting against you. When you're doing a play or you're doing a movie, people are rooting for you as a performer to try to make the performance as good as possible, even if you're playing a character the audience doesn't.
You know, one thing I actually noticed talking to a lot of battle rappers, a lot of them, they won't admit it, but they're kind of scarred. You know, those words do penetrate, and so a lot of them are like really reluctant to get back in the ring, but they do because they're addicted to it. But they're just frayed. Their nerves are frayed. It's a blood sport.
I wish I could do it, because I look up to these guys, but I don't know if I have it in me. I'm not
I don't want to spoil the movie too much, but in one of the scenes, you get pretty personal with. I'm not going to say who. You know what I mean? You said, and the actual, because I'm an actual battle rap fan for 10 years, so I guess that's why I'm here. But somebody swung on something for less of what you said, and
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
It's really tough. It's a tough scene. But you know what's funny? As an actor, those are the scenes you actually look forward to doing, because you rehearse them for so long, and that's the point of the movie that you're working towards. So as an actor, when you're rehearsing it, that's what you're excited about, because the whole, you know, an hour and a half leading up to that point is what the character is going towards. So for me as an actor, it's actually very fulfilling.
Okay.
But of course, obviously, the words are just so hard to say.
The funny thing is that it's going to shock a lot of audience members what he does. But you know, that stuff does go on battle rap.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
He's basically being white Arsenal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, you had Arsenal on the set. Appreciate that too.
I love
Mr.
that guy.
Disrespect.
He's
So-
so great.
I hate to cut off the conversation,
I'm
but we're
sorry.
out of time. But if you have additional questions, I can send them to them to answer for you.
Cool.
Thank you.
I'm
Appreciate
so
you.
sorry. It was a
Sure,
great
it's fine.
conversation,
Yes,
too.
yes, sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Thank you
Take
so
a
much.
picture, please.
Of course,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Stop staying
Exactly.
plain.
Yes, yes, yes.
Who's your favorite battle rapper?
Loaded Lux.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's not being real?
He's amazing.
Did you love the 2-on-2?
I did.
Not Adam.
That was battle rap fan service right there.
Yeah.
They wasn't expecting us
I'm
to do
mad that
too,
Joseph
I
stopped
bet
telling
you,
me his
the whole movie. They didn't expect that, I bet.
All right.
Thank you so much for checking out.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.